Here we go. We're back again doing a bit of painting. What's the time? 3 o'clock. We're going to have to wake Casey up in a minute. Isn't that shocking? But I want to get back into this painting here. What I'll do is make a nice clean little spot, because I know that blue is destroying me. Looking at that blue, I need to do something about that blue real bad, real quick, because there's too many dirty colours in there, and I need to get this blue right this time. Okay. Critical part of the painting. You know, when you're putting that first coat on, you can do what you like. Then it comes down to some more serious sort of shit. And I think that cerulean blue is a beautiful colour. But it's also nice with a little bit of I reckon there's enough blue there to go around to get down near the horizon. Not that one. Do that one. No, we'll use that one. There we go. Oh, it's a hard decision. Yeah. How would anyone that's learning to paint work that out? Got me. Yeah. And I'm going to take it out of the frame, because I don't want to damage that other part of the picture either. I don't want to ruin the frame. I've got to use the frame going on this painting. So I don't want to damage that. What the fuck? Take it off. It's stuck there with the paint. It's still stuck there. What's going on there? Oh my god. What it is. It's got a frame around it. Take this one and put him there. We don't need him at the moment. What we need to do is not let that fall over. Okay, now we're in business. Yeah. I don't have to paint over everything, but I've got to be a little bit more specific with my painting now on this one. Yeah, and this is pretty fiddly, this shit, so I won't get much done in half an hour here. Well, when people think it takes 5 minutes to do a paint, just because you're half hour and it's a block in, nothing to do with it. It all depends on how your brain's working at the time, how you're reading the paint. Sometimes things just flow through real easy. And then other times, it ain't so easy, you know. This painting's, you know, there's a little bit of imagination goes into this too. It's not just, or you would also say a bit of experience, I suppose. You're painting a picture, not taking a photo, and even if you're using a photo, you're never going to be able to copy it. So you've got to use a little bit of your knowledge, a little bit of nature, nature from knowledge, and then a little bit of an understanding of your colour too at the same time, and how the paint falls on the canvas, you know. I've got a little bit of liquid original, which I've been using for years anyhow, but it's expensive, not cheap. About $80 for a bloody 500ml jar, half a litre. You know, so yeah. But this paint will sit a bit better than what it was on there. And what I'll do is, under different light too, painting under different lights, see. But it's a much thicker quality of paint on there. You can't have the paint too thin. You know, otherwise people think you're scabbing off. Nah, it's got nothing to do with people think you're scabbing. The painting won't look right if it's, you can see, it all depends, you know, sometimes you can see through the paint. But not a scummy, cheap way of trying to save on money or paint. Not good. But what we'll do, that's going to be too light, isn't it? Yes, it is. We're going to have a bit more blue in there. That'll be a little bit better. That choke further. You know, I don't know why more people don't paint. You very rarely see people out painting. There's a lot of painters, but not. You never really ever see them out painting very often. I've always loved getting out painting. Probably because I lived in the car too, I suppose. I had to. I didn't have a choice really, but you know. And not only that, you get to meet people too, working down around the port and that. I love having a bit of a yarn, and at times, geez, you run into some lovely, interesting people, you know, and good stuff. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's sitting well. Yeah. Yeah, that's sitting well. And while you're doing this, working into your sky, you're starting to get a bit of a feel for the other colours around the painting too. You know, it's and I think I'll have to try and build a little bit of blue in amongst that to blend that in there, because I don't want to go up too bright, too high. I want to still have a nice sky colour in there. It's not going to be any clouds, but no, it's not going to be any clouds, but you know. Yeah, this feels like a half an hour just bloody splattering that around. But oh, that's beautiful. And what I can do there, I get a bit of blue in there, and that one looks a bit. And I suppose you could have a little bit of blue busting through there in the haze, hey, couldn't you? Make it interesting. And see, that's just using a little bit of experience there, maybe a little bit in there too. Okay, nice. What we can do, I think we're going to work around down that bottom. I don't think that it's a nice sky. I'm happy with that. I may even put some of that in there. Okay, maybe a little bit down in there. Okay, now I'll get some of that sky blue colour in there. I don't know. It's a bit cheeky, doesn't it? Eh? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, it's not too bad. I don't think I'll have much, you know, sometimes the reflection reflects a bit of the light, but very palely, and I think that's where I'm going to do, where I will with this. It'll be very pale. The greens into the water. Uh, yeah. I think if you get a little bit serious here too, get that paint off there, get a bit of this raw sienna, which is starting to lump up a bit now. A bit of blue in it, and you know, put a bit of that in it, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. See what happens there. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. It's going to be very, 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 very tedious. 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 Let's see what the frame's been there. Mm. What we can do is a bit of raw sienna, a bit of that. We might be able to. No. Put a bit of that in it. It's a little bit of trial and error here. Uh-huh. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, pretty slow, isn't it? And it is pretty slow, very, very slow. But at least I can show you how far I go sometimes. Mm. Mm-hmm. What I might do, I'll just mix a bit of those other colours in together. Try and bring that blue down with a bit of orange. That's the one, isn't it? There. Bit of magenta in there. I'm going to pull that in there, but that needs to be dark too. I reckon a bit of cad yellow, amongst that with that orange. Alright. And what we need is always to have a bit of white in there when I start. I don't want white. I say I don't have white in there. But it'll get too milky. Well, it will if you don't have control over it. Some people say this is too milky, isn't it? I'm sorry. That's what I think, it's okay. Because what I think about what I do is what I do. Just trying to get involved with just getting back into it. It's hard shit, hard stuff. There is a problem here. I don't know what I've done with the white. And that can play with my head too. If I had a tube of white, I could put it over there so I knew where it was. So I've just got to pick it up when I need it. You know what I mean? But that's not going to happen because I've lost the white, mate. There it is. Behind something, always behind something. If you can't see it, it's always behind something. If it's not, well, too bad, isn't it? Keep two whites. See, what I'll do is I'll just dress up a bit more of this orange. Starting to lose a bit of it now. keep that mid-tone. A bit more of this. Actually, burnt umber, it's a nice colour with white, isn't it? So we've got that, we need some ultra blue. We'll keep that. See, I've hardly touched the surface on this painting, and that's just how it is. I'll play around with this for hours until I get it right, until it moves into a direction that I want it. Just got to do what you got to do, I guess. Okay, just give it a little bit. Just nice to have those colours there. You know, so you got a light and a dark of the colour, and it makes it a little bit comfortable when you're working. You can move around your colours a bit better. Going to need some raw umber. Looking a bit dirty, isn't it? A bit dirty, muty dirty. And it's probably because I can't find the other colours. So I might have to turn that off for a little bit. Or, better still, I might just put it back in the frame. Before I go too far with it, because when you're painting with frames, recycled frames, you're not painting with gold frames, you need to keep track of the way you're going with your painting. And see that it's working in the frame, because it doesn't always do that. You can be in a lot of shit, man. Yep. And I think, just looking at the painting in the frame, just even straight away, it's working. working beautiful. Those muty little colours, because I'm going to have some bright greens from those bushes, little waddly bushes out the front. What I'll do first is I'll get a bit of darkness back in the root there, and then I'll start to put the little fine roots in there coming around in the tree, and that'll start to bring that alive. Looking good, looking good. I'll turn it off for a minute.